Right, so tell me your thoughts on that recent work. It was so exciting, right?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
If you could just,
Yeah.
if you could.
Okay. Wow.
Alright, okay.
And
Oh my god.
What was that?
Okay. He's got this eraser down there.
Oh,
Okay.
this is a no smoking zone.
Okay, you're late. Do you know our rule about being late to group?
Listen, Denise.
It's Anna.
That's what I said. Listen, Anise. This is a court-ordered attendance. I don't want to be here any more than you want me here.
Okay, I'm sensing a note of defensiveness here, so I think if you could open your heart, English Majors Anonymous might be really good for you.
I suppose.
Okay, why don't you start since we were already talking?
I'm Carissa, and I'm an English major.
Hello, Carissa.
What brings you here today?
I'm an English major, and I don't like poetry. It's been 17 days since my last poem. The readings were due weeks ago, and I didn't do them.
Oh.
Okay, this is a judgment-free zone. Tell us more about why you don't like poems, even though you've chosen English as your career path.
Man, whatever. The only poet worth his spit is Eminem.
Okay, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Laurel, and the only poetry I care about is the musical listenings of Eminem.
Yeah, dude. His duet with Rihanna is the anthem of our generation.
Love the way you lie.
Yeah, and this is what happens
okay.
when
Why don't you tell us more about why you don't like poetry?
Man, it's just like so inaccessible, and all we ever read in school is poems that are inaccessible and written by men who are dead. White men who are
Patriarchy.
dead. Why do I care about them? What do they have to do with me and my experiences as a woman?
Plus, I do not understand your metaphors.
Okay, well that's why I'm glad you've chosen to attend today because
Oh my God.
I thought of a poet just for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Oh. True. I'll take that one.
you will?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to take a good look at it.
Okay.
Oh, so pretty.
Okay, well, her name is Ruby Carr,
Oh.
and I want you to research her on your own, okay? I think you would find her really valuable.
What's so cool about her?
Yeah.
She's different, okay? She's the opposite of all those things you said you don't like. She's 26. She's Indian, born in Canada. Yeah, okay. She's, as you might have guessed, female. And she writes about trauma and the experience of womanhood,
I'm a woman.
right? All things that make her accessible to a wide audience. Okay, our time is up. I want you to research her on your own, okay? I'll see you guys next week.
Okay, Mom.
This sounds like homework.
Well, let's research Ruby.
I guess.
Indian-born Canadian poet, writer, illustrator, and performer. She immigrated to Canada as a child.
And in the Gurmukhi script, her work is written exclusively in lowercase, using only the period as a form of punctuation. Carr writes this way to honor her culture. She has said that she enjoys the quality of letters and that the style reflects her worldview. Her written work is meant to be an experience that is easy for the reader to follow, with simple drawings to elevate her words.
Common themes found throughout her works include abuse, femininity, love, self-care, and heartbreak. All themes I can get behind.
Well,
She started drawing at the age of 5 when her mother handed her a paintbrush and said, "Draw your heart out." Oh, that's such good parenting.
Multi-sensory approach. The 25-year-old Canadian poet outsold Homer 2 years ago. Her first collection, Milk and Honey, has been translated into 40 languages and has sold 3.5 million copies, stealing the position of best-selling poetry from the Odyssey.
What?
Wow.
She is also in Forbes 30 Under 30.
Not only is she different, not old, white, and dead, she's also acclaimed. Critically, one might say.
Moving on to the phrase big enough later in the poem, when Ruby says that, "Did you think I was a city big enough for a weekend getaway?" Obviously the words big enough connote excitement and adventure, maybe in a slightly risque way. Ruby says that she is the town surrounding that big city, the one you've never heard of but always pass through, which may mean that Ruby's significance as an individual, or specifically a lover, is undervalued. So later on, Ruby compares herself to thunder. Thunder connotes danger and, more importantly, power, which is a key theme in many of Ruby's works. To support this, Ruby says, "I make bridges tremble," which is kind of terrifying, but shows that Ruby is in charge in a way that her lover may not want her to be. So later, Ruby compares what her lover may want her to be to street meat, which is cheap, fast, and easy, and may even have sexual connotations. Instead of being street meat, Ruby claims that she is homemade jam, something that takes care and time to make. She says she is thick enough to cut, the sweetest thing your lips will touch. A line which is full of strong cadence, which amps up the tension and the sense of intensity that comes from power in the poem. So I think this is one of the most significant lines for those reasons. Later on, Ruby says, "I am not a hotel room," because it is the most succinct explanation of the poem as a whole. So the next line, I believe, is, "I am not the whiskey you want, I am the water you need." So this again is a succinct explanation, but it's a deeper take on it. The poem has gone from the intense cadence to simple truth. Don't come here with your expectations and try to make a vacation out of it. Is the final impact. So in summary, this poem utilizes a lot of strong cadence.
Hello, Anna.
Right on time.
Hi.
Hi.
So, we researched Ruby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never thought poetry could be made to be easily and deliberately accessible to everyone. I think I learned today that even people who do enjoy poetry have something to take away from her work.
How is that?
Definitely.
Well, the fact that she is born in India, moved to Canada. She's young, she's fresh, she got her start on Instagram and
Yeah.
Tumblr. You know, it's the way the world is going.
Yeah. I love poetry, but even I think it's important to understand what is accessible to everyone. I think those are tools you can use as someone who's an English major to convey your point to your audience.
She is definitely a different voice.